In this video, I'll be sharing with you how one book made me over 65k on Amazon. No, this isn't clickbait, but I'm actually going to be showing you proof of how I've done this and the strategies that can help you to have similar results. So you actually want your royalties to be growing and increasing year on year and not reducing. But I'm going to start off by showing you proof first of this before I get into the strategies. So you can see on my KDP dashboard that this book has actually made me over $66,000, and I have blurred out some of the dates just as some people like to use data and different tools to actually figure out what book it is and then copy it. But I've put in a lot of work to get this book where it is today. But for your information, I did create this book in early 2023, and it is an activity book, which are some of my favorite books to create, and they do really well on Amazon. But you can see when I did release this book that the royalties were increasing over time. Then they slightly reduced towards Q4 2023, but then it again took off in early 2024, and I had a big Q4 in 2024. So this is an example of what you really want to be seeing with your books, their royalties increasing over time. And even now, it's still doing really well for me. You want your books to consistently be performing, as you don't need to be creating thousands of books now. You can now actually be creating a lot less books, and those books be doing really well for you. So, for example, in November 2023, this book made $953.56. And you can see the highest day was the 17th of November, where it roughly made around $67.43. However, just a year later, in November 2024, yes, it's Q4, so the results are compounded a lot more, but this book was still able to do nearly over $540 in a day. So that just shows you how this book nearly 10x in the space of a year. And I'm going to be sharing some of these strategies in this video. Now, the first point that I want to make is that research is the key, and you really need to be studying your niche and the BSR rankings. If you are seeing very low BSRs, it is a good indicator that there is a high amount of demand. But if you are seeing very high BSRs, maybe over 500,000, then that does indicate a very low demand. So you really need to understand what keywords that you're going to be targeting, and also that there is a low amount of competition. You don't want to be going into niches that have over 10,000, 20,000, 30,000 search results, as it's going to be quite difficult to get onto those first and second pages, and you're probably going to have to spend a lot in marketing. Also, another thing that you really need to do with your competitors' books is make sure that you are actually taking the time to read the customer reviews, and especially those negative reviews. Make sure that you improve on those gaps. You add those things to your book in order to create the best book possible. On top of that, make sure that you are investing in the best cover design. It is the first thing that people see, and that actually attracts them to the book. So don't go cheap on this. Don't try to create a simple cover on Fiverr and then expect your book to sell. If you have to spend that extra 10, 20, 30 or more in dollars to create the best and most outstanding cover, it is really going to make the difference. I've even got a video on Ideogram that actually shows you how to create outstanding covers with AI. Maybe if you don't have the funds to spend that extra amount on the best book covers, but you really need to be making sure that your book covers are the best in the niche and outstanding. Also, on research, as I have mentioned, myself and Jenny Hansen-Lane, we're running a masterclass tomorrow on how to find profitable keywords for Amazon KDP. You're going to get live step-by-step training on my exact research process that has helped me get these types of results. It is tomorrow, March the 19th at 12 p.m. EST and 5 p.m. GMT. And in this class, we're going to be going through how to know what to look for during the keyword research, how to decide the keywords to go after, and how to position a book to to do well. So you really need to make sure that you are in this class. There's going to be so many benefits of this masterclass. You'll also get an opportunity to do a Q&A, so you can ask any questions on keywords, and I'll have the link for this masterclass in the description and comment section below. So the next thing I want to talk about that people don't often mention is regularly adding new content, as fresh content attracts new customers. People are always looking for the latest update. For example, with the iPhone, as soon as there's a new update, you get a rush of customers, people wanting that straight away. So I annually update my puzzle books and activity books, especially during the Q4 period, where you are going to be having a lot more customers on Amazon, as this just keeps your books relevant and engaging. If somebody orders the same activity book from last year, then it still has the same content. They already know what happens in a lot of the puzzles and how to answer them. But if it's fresh, relevant, and engaging, then they're happy to get that again and enjoy it a lot more, as the content is newer. And I really would say what goes hand in hand with this as well is updating your book cover. As I mentioned, first impressions really matter. You really want your customer to see your book and want it instantly right away. And I refresh my covers every Q4. This just adds to increasing visibility and that customer interest. If they are seeing something brand new, something they haven't seen before, then they are going to be attracted to it. But customers can get a bit disengaged when they have seen that covers so many times. It can also affect your ads as well when customers have seen it so many times that they just don't want to click on it. So just freshening it up every Q4 should give your book a nice boost as well. Another thing that a lot of people do not mention is adjusting your back-end keywords seasonally, as you need to optimize for seasonal trends, as the same keywords that people are searching for in the summer are not going to be the same keywords that people are searching for, especially during Q4, where they're looking for gifts for a particular person. So if you're able to update your keywords to match those customer searches, then it just puts you in a prime position for your books to be discovered and for you to actually get more sales. But you need to spend time doing that keyword research in order to find and study the keywords that are very in demand. So you can use tools such as Google Trends, or even just taking a look at what books are popular within Amazon's best categories can give you a rough idea as to what people are actually searching for. Then you can add those to your backend keywords. The next thing that you really want to be doing is building an email list and collecting reviews. And to do this, what I do is I'll offer a free bonus inside the book at the start of the book. And this free bonus is going to be something really engaging that customers would really want. So in order to get this free PDF, they will have to put in their email. And then I also send regular emails every once in a while just to engage with them, maybe offering them even more free stuff. Then at the end of the email, I'll also encourage satisfied readers just to leave a review, just to build up the social proof of my book and to try to make it have the most reviews in my niche, so it has the most social proof and it becomes the go-to book within my niche. And this is something that is going to take time to build up. Don't expect it to just happen overnight. But once you have that email list, it's going to make it a lot more easier when you want to sell your books in the future, or even create some type of brand new niche. Then you can always let your customers know, and the interested customers will definitely buy into your book brand. So after this, one of the biggest things that have had a huge impact on my earnings is increasing the price of my books. So what I'll do is I'll actually start to charge higher for my books when I have strong reviews. I'll just slightly test it by increasing the book price by $1. And if it's still selling the same and doing well, then I'll go $2 and so on. But you can only do this when you're actually focusing on premium quality, because that's going to be able to justify the price. You always need to be creating the best book possible, and then customers will still keep keep on buying, even if it's a lot higher than any other book within the niche. And the main benefits of higher royalties is that you are going to be getting those greater profits, especially during Q4. It's also going to help with your ad budget as well, as it's going to give you a little bit more room when you are running ads. So there's just huge benefits all around to actually increasing the price of your book. But there is a time to do this. And as I said, just making sure that you do have the social proof on your book and that you have the best book possible, then it's a lot easier to do, especially during the Q4 period. Now, after this, the most significant thing that you can be doing on your books is learning to run ads effectively. Now, I run several types of ads on this particular book, but the first and most cost-effective way is learning to run lottery ads on your books, as this is just going to allow you to test your books with low-cost clicks. Then I also run automatic ad on this particular books, and this has helped me to find the keywords and the books that allow my book to be bought from. And then once I know the exact keywords and products, then I run a manual keyword ad just to target those specific customer search terms. Then I also run a manual product ad, and this just allows me to appear on competitors' pages. Then with time, I continuously optimize the ad and reduce the cost per click. And over time, this has actually helped me to you can see just here the results for the ad. I know it's quite small, but you can see that I've got a 27.63% ACOS. I've spent roughly $14,000. I've got over 5,930 orders, and this has given me sales of over 50,000. So the book has been able to get some organic sales and it ranks very well, but I keep on running ads on this book just to make sure that it stays ranking well and that I know that competitors will come into this niche as well. So this is just going to always keep my book on that first page and above all of the competitors within the niche. So thanks for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts in this comment. If you've got any questions, I'll be happy to answer.